Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Carl the Wordsmith. If we have yet to make one another's acquaintance, I am Carl. I am a poet, vocalist, unapologetic sesquipedalian, and host of a mental health podcast. So today, for the very first time, we turn our attention to Welcome to the Internet by Bo Burnham. This is a Buy Me a Coffee request that was made some time ago, and I finally managed to get to it. As always, I shall be experiencing this through the lens of lyrical interpretation, vocal analysis, and the emotional architecture that gives the song its extraordinary resonance. So, if you find value in our journey together, I would be genuinely grateful if you would like, leave a comment, share this video wherever kindred spirits may discover it, and subscribe if you haven't already. My deepest gratitude, as always, goes to everyone whose names are on screen right now. Your generosity, engagement, and belief in this channel have helped make these conversations possible. If you would like to support the channel yourselves, you'll find several ways to do so through the links in the description below. Now then, without a further bloody ado, let's dive straight into it, shall we? Okay, so this is Bo Burnham's Welcome to... Alright then, so this is Bo Burnham's Welcome to the Internet. I'm really looking forward to this. I've heard some great things. So here we go.
Welcome to the Internet. Have a look around. Anything that brain of yours can think of can be found. We've got mountains of content, some better, some worse. If none of it's of interest to you, you'd be the first. Welcome to the Internet. Come and take a seat. Would you like to see the news or any famous women's feet? There's no need to panic. This isn't a test.
Sure.
Just nod or shake your head and we'll do the rest. Welcome to the Internet. What would you prefer? Would you like to fight for civil rights or tweet a racial slur? Be happy, be horny, be bursting with rage. We got a million different ways to engage. Well,
that was not what I was expecting in terms of a vibe, but the lyrics are very thought-provoking. Okay, so let's take a look at those lyrics. Okay, well, interesting start. I feel as though the song presents itself as an exuberant carnival barker, inviting us into a realm of limitless possibility whilst simultaneously exposing its moral and psychological chaos. And Bo Burnham, it's interesting because he personifies the internet as an almost omniscient, almost Mephistophelian host, where charm is as beguiling as it is deeply unsettling. Anything that brain of yours can think of can be found. And that encapsulates the intoxicating promise of infinite knowledge, yet the following admission, some better, some worse, speaking in terms of content. And it's quietly reminding us that discernment has become the rarest commodity of all, right? And this is not merely a catalogue of digital conveniences. It is a satirical portrait of a civilization overwhelmed by abundance. And more so as the lyrics unfold, Burnham deftly juxtaposes the profound with the profoundly trivial. The leap from the news to any famous woman's feet is deliberately jarring. It's illustrating an algorithmic landscape in which significance and frivolity occupy precisely the same shelf. And perhaps for me, the most chilling line so far, just nod or shake your head and we'll do the rest. Now that's a concise yet devastating commentary on algorithmic curation. The internet no longer waits for our choices, if you've noticed, over the past 25, 30 years. It anticipates, it predicts, and ultimately shapes them. And it's gradually replacing agency with passive consumption when you think of it. The closing litany, be happy, be horny, be bursting with rage. That captures the emotional commodification at the heart of online culture. Every feeling, every conviction, every impulse becomes another avenue for engagement, monetization, and doom scrolling. And Burnham's genius, and I say that because it is genius, It lies in revealing that the internet is not inherently villainous, rather, it functions as an immense amplifier, magnifying humanity's noblest aspirations alongside its basest instincts. It is an invitation wrapped in a warning. It's a digital Eden whose most seductive promise is also its greatest peril. All right, let's keep it going. I am interested and therefore invested in the song.
We got a million different ways to engage. Welcome to the internet. Put your cares aside. Here's a tip for straining pasta. Here's a 9-year-old who died. We got movies and doctors and fantasy sports and a bunch of colored pencil drawings of all the different characters in Harry Potter fucking each other. Welcome to the internet. Hold on to your socks, because a random guy just kindly sent you photos of his cock. They are grainy and off-putting. He just sent you more. Don't act surprised, you know you like it, you whore. See a man beheaded,
not particularly.
get offended, see a shrink. Show us pictures of your children, tell us every thought you think. Start a rumor, buy a broomer, send a death threat to a boomer, or DM a girl and groomer, do a zoomer, find a tumor in your. Here's a healthy breakfast option. You should kill your mom. Here's why women never fuck you. Here's how you can build a bomb. Which Power Ranger are you? Take this quirky quiz. Obama sent the immigrants to vaccinate your kids.
Oh, okay, those lyrics came pretty fast. But let's break them down. This song is a total Okay, so if the opening was anything to go by, it introduces something else now, which is the internet's dazzling spectacle. And this passage sort of tears away the velvet curtain to reveal the bewildering cacophony lurking beneath. And Burnham's lyrical architecture is intentionally relentless. It's bombarding us with wildly incongruous images that mirror the disorientating experience of scrolling through an endless digital feed. A cooking tip sits beside the tragedy of a child's depth in the lyrical line. Wholesome entertainment collides with absurd fan fiction. And the emotional whiplash is no accident. And it reflects an online ecosystem where grief, comedy, education, voyeurism, and nonsense just coexist without hierarchy, and each is clamoring for precisely the same fleeting sliver of our attention. And the verse, as I'm looking at it, it just sort of darkens, and Burnham exposes the internet's capacity to erode both privacy and empathy. The unsolicited explicit image, which I will not mention, becomes emblematic of the collapse of personal boundaries, whilst the barrage of increasingly disturbing examples illustrates how repeated exposure can numb our moral sensibilities. The sequence isn't merely designed to shock. It demonstrates how digital platforms flatten every experience into another piece of consumable content, whether uplifting, horrifying, or even grotesque, as a dick pic would be. And perhaps the most unsettling aspect of this section is its blistering examination of algorithmic neutrality. Helpful medical advice appears alongside conspiracy theories, dangerous misinformation, and destructive rhetoric, all presented with identical enthusiasm. And that's the problem. The internet offers little distinction between wisdom and falsehood. It simply serves whatever captures attention. And Burnham masterfully portrays a landscape where curiosity can effortlessly become manipulation, outrage becomes entertainment, and engagement supersedes truth itself. So rather than condemning technology outright, he invites us to confront an uncomfortable reality: that the internet is an extraordinary repository of humanity's brilliance, compassion, but also cruelty and absurdity alike. So reflecting our collective nature with unnerving fidelity. The result is less a song than a satirical mirror, and it's forcing us to recognize not only the world we've built, but the one we continue to feed with every click and every scroll. Okay, let's keep it going. I may be pausing a lot. There's a lot to lyrically digest from a poetic perspective. But yeah, let's keep it going.
This quirky quiz, Obama sent the to vaccinate your kids. Could I interest you in everything, all of the time? A little bit of everything, all of the time. Apathy's a tragedy and boredom is a crime. Anything and everything, all of the time. Could I interest you in everything, all of the time? A little bit of everything, all of the time. Apathy's a tragedy and boredom is a crime. Anything and everything, all of the time.
Huh. That repeated refrain, well, the refrain is repeated, but that's very, very interesting. This man speaks truth. There's this hypnotic refrain, right, that functions as the song's philosophical nucleus, and it's distilling the internet's seductive promise into one devastating proposition: limitless stimulation without respite. And the repetition is purposeful, almost liturgical, and it's echoing the endless cadence of notifications, recommendations, and algorithmic persuasion. Could I interest you in everything? Now again, that is less an invitation than an irresistible temptation, offering infinite novelty whilst quietly eroding our capacity for stillness and sustained attention. The line, apathy is a tragedy and boredom is a crime. Particularly incisive, that one. Now, Burnham satirizes a digital culture that has pathologized silence, convincing us that every idle moment must be filled with content, consumption, or performance. Boredom, once fertile soil from which imagination and reflection is often blossomed, is recast as something to be eradicated. And again, musically and lyrically, the refrain's cyclical structure reinforces that inescapability. It never truly resolves, instead circling back upon itself like an endless scroll with natural conclusion. At least that's what I'm getting from it. And Burnham captures the internet not simply as a tool, but as an insatiable ecosystem competing for humanity's most precious resource, our attention and our time. But you see, the true cost, he suggests, is not merely lost time, but the gradual surrender of contemplation, presence, and the quiet spaces in which genuine thought can flourish. Okay, let's just take it back a little bit so we don't miss out on vibes and keep it going.
Tragedy and boredom is
Very,
a
very
crime.
interesting song.
Anything and everything, all of the time.
Okay. Oh, vibe change.
You know, it wasn't always like this.
True.
Not very long ago.
He's got a pleasant
Just
voice.
before your time. Right before the towers fell, circa 99.
Oh,
This
okay,
was
that's a callback.
catalogs, travel blogs, a chat room or two. We set our sights and spent our nights waiting for you, insatiable you. Mommy let you use her iPad. You were barely 2.
Okay, I was older than
and it
that.
did all the things we designed it to do.
Oh,
Now look at you. Look at you. Unstoppable, watchable. Your time is now. Your insides out. Honey, how you grew. And if we stick together, who knows what we'll do. It was always the plan to put the world in your hand.
oh. Always the plan to put the world in your hand. Is this song prophetic? He's nailing it, honestly. And let me explain what I mean by that. Okay, so, wow. Here, Burnham momentarily lowers the satirical veil exchanging frenetic humor for a striking sense of historical reflection. By invoking the internet in regards to circa 99, he recalls a digital landscape defined less by omnipresence than by possibility, a place of modest catalogs, fledgling travel blogs, and intimate chat rooms, I would say. The poignant reference to right before the towers fell subtly marks the threshold between two eras, suggesting not only a technological transformation, but a profoundly cultural one as well. The internet's innocence, however, it's becoming fleeting. It becomes a distant memory. What follows is a masterclass in personification. Burnham addresses humanity as though speaking to a child he has raised, tracing our evolution from curious toddlers tapping at an iPad to adults almost inseparable from their devices in our hands. The line, "It did all the things we designed it to do." Now that's laced with delicious irony. The technology has not betrayed its creators. It has fulfilled its purpose with unnerving precision. And again, a really haunting declaration arrives by the time we come to a close. It was always the plan to put the world in your hand. What once sounded visionary now carries an almost prophetic unease, and I would describe the song as prophetic, because Burnham suggests that convenience has quietly matured into dependence, and empowerment has now become captivity. The internet has not simply become part of our lives, it has become the lens through which many now experience reality itself. And it's fulfilling an ambition whose consequence few could ever have imagined. Okay, struggling to find the words to describe the song, but prophetic is one. Yeah, okay. We'll figure it out as we go along, but let's keep it going.
World in your hand.
He does have a pleasant voice. Don't like that. Give me Joker
Could I
vibes.
interest you in everything all of the time? A bit of everything all of the time.
Kind of ominous now.
Apathy's a tragedy and boredom is a crime.
I like that line.
Anything and everything all of the time. Could I interest you in everything all of the time? A little bit of everything all of the time. Apathy's a tragedy and boredom is a crime. Anything and everything and anything and everything and anything and everything and all of the time.
Huh. So very, very interesting. It's one of the more thought-provoking songs I've reacted to on this channel. So, wow. Great request. Very, very good request. Yeah, just to comment on the laugh, it was chilling, harrowing, and it evokes the sort of unnerving, anarchic cackle of the Joker from Batman. But it's a moment where comedy curdles into quiet menace, which I kind of expected. And it perfectly encapsulates the song's unsettling duality, because lyrically, this is nothing short of masterful. Razor sharp, astonishingly perceptive, and brilliantly satirical. It's just weaving wit, social commentary, and poetic craftsmanship into a performance that is as thought-provoking as it is unforgettable. I can see why it has the amount of views that it does. But that's all I got from it. I could go a lot deeper, but yeah, unbloody believable, man. Brilliant. Okay, folks, well, that's all from me. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this reaction and analysis. If you did, please do like, comment, subscribe, and share if you haven't already. And if you would like to support the channel further, if you would like me to do deep dives into more of Bo Burnham stuff, let me know in the comment section below. And if you would like to guarantee a deep dive, please do become a patron or buy me a coffee donor. All of the links are in the description below. Until next time, ladies and gentlemen, do be kind, do be gentle, do be respectful to one another, and help each other out when you can. And I'll see you lot in the next video. Take care, everyone. Cheers.